The Great Gatsby is an acclaimed novel set in the 1920s, centering around Jay Gatsby, an eccentric millionaire who will do anything to win the love and affections of married woman Daisy Buchanan. Nick Carraway is the narrator and essentially voyeur to Gatsby and Daisy's turbulent love. Through Gatsby's extravagant parties, overbearing love, and beaming personality, he wins Daisy over. His love, though, proves not to be enough for her as she is caught in the crosshairs of her husband Tom and Jay Gatsby, who may not be who he claims to be. The connections between Francis Scott Key Fitzgerald and Jay Gatsby are impossible to ignore. Both small-town boys who strive for riches and lament after a girl who is just out of their reach, they are uncannily alike. This brings up the point that Fitzgerald might view himself vicariously through the likes of Jay Gatsby, and the novel itself could be semi-autobiographical. Also like Gatsby, Fitzgerald joined the Army, went to a prominent college, sought his fortune in New York City, and met a tragic end. The main Foster element displayed in The Great Gatsby is without question light. Light is present in many mediums throughout the novel, mainly surrounding the relationship between Gatsby and Daisy. Gatsby is often described as having a certain glow around him whenever Daisy is near, and whenever she's gone, he's alone in the unquiet darkness. Light so aptly portrays the motives and emotions of the characters can be tracked through nearly every chapter. The most important literary element in The Great Gatsby is point of view. The fact that the narrator, Nick Carraway, is merely a bystander to the great love story of Gatsby and Daisy is potentially the most important part of the novel, because you're hearing the story from a mostly unbiased view. Instead of being a part of the action, Nick seems to be telling the story of Gatsby, his trials and tribulations, and essentially his fate. You can tell from the way Nick talks about Gatsby that he admires him deeply, and this reverence creates an air of mystical space around the lives of Gatsby and Daisy. Nick makes the whole story seem fantastic, almost like a dream, but does not shy away from the bare truth. On the literary scale, I give The Great Gatsby a 6. The reason for this rating is because although I feel that the book is highly profound and has a deeper meaning, there were still elements of it that were vaguely commercial. Overall, this book is literary because of the presence of Foster's themes and the existence of a deeper meaning, but the story could be perceived as being surface level. On the readability scale, I give The Great Gatsby a 9. My reason for this rating is because this book was very easy to read and understand with the exception of a few higher-level vocabulary words. The plot was clear, the language eloquent, and the voice of the writer beautiful and honest. There were no points where I was confused about the setting or actions of the characters. I would definitely recommend The Great Gatsby to my fellow classmates because it was a truly riveting story, the likes of which can never be replicated. The Great Gatsby represents the pinnacle of its time, a wonderfully well-written novel about unrequited love and the various characters that have to endure it. Once I picked this book up, I couldn't put it down. It's an unforgettable classic that everyone should read if they have the chance. As far as independent novels go, this one was more than exceptional and left me wanting to read more of Fitzgerald's works.